New Bilibid Prison is the national penitentiary in the Philippines and the largest prison in Southeast Asia's Far East. It housed at that time over 25,000 inmates in 3 compounds: the minimum, medium, maximum security compound, and penal farms. These prisoners who submitted their testimonies were from the maximum security compound, which held some 13,500 inmates and 1,200 prisoners on death row. These prisoners were some of the most notorious criminals in the Philippines. 22 of these prisoners who wrote their testimonies were scheduled to be executed by lethal injection. These prisoners who came to a knowledge of salvation was due to the preaching and teaching of the gospel by other prison inmates who had become Christians after their criminal convictions, and were helped by other converted prisoners who formed self-help groups within the prison, this being to evangelize others and worship the Lord Jesus Christ. One such group was New Bilibid Prison Theological Institute, NBPTI, founded by Lucas Dangatton, and from within that group, William Ola Pollock had become a teacher of the gospel after his conversion from crime to Christ some 5 years after his conviction for homicide. After serving 14 years in prison, Trojan Horse International, which was the name of our mission, commissioned William Ola Pollock upon his release in August 2002 to return to his own city in Baguio and preach the gospel, firstly to his family and friends, and then Baguio City and Benguet provincial jails. Since that date, William Pollock has preached and taught the gospel for over 20 years and founded several Christ-centered churches, including a theological institute established to teach the doctrines of grace free from Arminianism. On Davy's return from his recent visit to the Philippines in May 2022 and his meeting with William Pollock and the pastors and teachers of the several Baguio Christ-centered churches, he has written his report. Also, following his address to the Fellowship of Christian Ex-Offenders, it became apparent to encourage the continued good work of the gospel ministry, all of which coincided with his own Christian experience and observations in the UK, with the need to earnestly contend for the faith once delivered unto the saints. In 2016, this book, Difficulties Associated with Articles of Religion amongst Particular Baptists, was penned due to Davy's personal 50 years experience of seeking to follow the Lord and to fulfill his calling as a minister of the gospel. This work is submitted with all his recommendations and with a view to assist in the education of those seeking to follow the Lord Jesus Christ and for the furtherance of the gospel of Christ. The scriptures teach the church, which is the house of God, is the ground and pillar of the truth, and so it is important to establish the true spiritual nature of the gospel church, realizing that the Lord loves the gates of Zion more than all the dwellings of Jacob.